call is now being recorded.
Should I start from there or to explain again from this basic?
No. Largely, you should discuss about the last workshop. Then you should.
Okay. So first I will tell you guys that what actually Arduino is. So Arduino, you can say that Arduino is the basically a mind of any project. Okay. So if you are going to program a project that project should work in this way, then you have to program a particular Arduino. Okay, to give the instruction to that project. So Arduino basically is a thing in which you can program a specific instruction. Okay. So let's start with the peripherals of Arduino. So in this Arduino Uno board, it consists microcontroller chip. First microcontroller chip, okay, and that microcontroller chip is name is Atmega 328. Okay, and this Arduino Uno basically it is a development board in which it gives us basic peripheral. So first, this board provide us 14 digital input-output pins. 14 digital input-output pins. So we can provide a 14 digital input and output. Okay, with the help of this board. And additionally, it provides 6 analog input pins. So these pins can also be programmed to be as a digital input output. Okay, so we can vary the voltage level of these pins, analog pins. Okay, additionally we have other 5 pins also. That pins called PWM pins, pulse width modulation pins. Okay, and this development board consists of 16 megahertz ceramic resonator. It is for generating clock. Okay. So I will explain basic interface of this Arduino IDE software.
I think all of us were present in the last workshop. I largely believe we are assuming that most of us were present in last workshop. Is that right? We want couple of responses so that we can get
Okay,
started.
so respond that how many of you already know about this Arduino IDE software? Just raise your hand. So almost experience. Just raise your hand who already know about this software. Okay. So I will start from the programming part. Okay.
All of us were present in the last workshop, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Everyone, whoever is in the today's workshop, all of us were there, right? No, Palak was not there. Okay.
So I think Palak, you can see the previous workshop recording.
Have you? Yeah, largely what we have discussed in the last workshop, we have just introduced basics about this Arduino. Yeah, some of them were there, some of them were not there, and I think the timing clash is also because this DSS series was there. Yeah. Okay. So most probably, yeah, we'll see on this timing and all. So largely what we have discussed in the last workshop, we have just basically introduced what an Arduino is and how you can introduce brains into your circuit. Today, what we'll be doing for exactly introducing these brains and writing a logic to it, we need to write a program, right? So how you can write a basic program, that thing will be discussed largely by Harshit. And this programming is literally very simple. You'll find it quite simple, and you'll be given some couple of tasks, and it is expected from all of you that you should share these tasks as well. That will give you the motivation as well, us as well. We also need that, yeah, you guys are working on that particular things. So that is important as well, right? And your participation in these events can be judged by these things as well, right? I don't know why you guys are not speaking anything.
Just response. Otherwise, how we will proceed for the slides?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right now. All right. So Harshit, I think you'll be starting with the programming portion,
Okay,
how
okay,
you can program these things. So largely discuss the things, and I think most probably, yeah, we'll start.
okay, sir. Okay, so we will start from the programming part. Okay, so to run a program in Arduino, Arduino basically Arduino contains a sketch. That sketch should contain two methods. Okay, two methods like a two block. First one is a void setup. So why we need this void setup? Actually, what is this void setup do? It basically initialize of a we will do the initialization of the variables and define the pin modes and the libraries. Okay, and basically this block will run only one times when you will plug that your Arduino board. That after that this block will run only once. Okay, after that this void loop block will continuously run infinitely. Okay, so in this loop basically we define our program mainly. So in void setup we basically define the initialization of the variables, pin modes and libraries. So I will write a basic code so that you can understand. Okay, from before that I will just explain some basic syntax. So first one is pin mode. Pin mode. Okay, so what is the basic functioning of this pin mode? Pin mode a syntax is basically used for to define the mode of a particular pin. Okay, see we have a different pins, analog and digital. So how we are going to use that pin? So we can use that pin as an input or as an output. So where we will define that mode of that pin. So with the help of this function, we can define the mode of that pin. Okay. So next one is digital write. So we have two types of pin, analog and digital. Okay. So how we can write, like how we can make that digital pin high and low. High and low, like how we can give high and low voltage to that particular pin. So with the help of this function, this syntax, we can give that particular digital pin high and low, like say 0 and 1. So another function is a digital read. So we also can if we are going to define that digital pin input as an input. So with the help of this syntax, we can use this function. We can use that pin as an input, and like we can read the input from that pin. Okay, and the other one is delay function. So what is the function of delay function is that provide delay in your code. Like if you want that between two instruction, you want that after this instruction I want 1 second delay. So with the help of this function, you can provide 1 second, 2 second, or 3 second delay. How much do you want? That like if you want 10 second delay, then just you have to type 10 into 1000 milliseconds. I will explain that one with the help of code also. Okay, let me give you a simple example. First, I will explain these instruction, this syntax, so that you can understand. So, as you can, okay, we do this. I think now you can see these two blocks, void setup and void loop.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in first loop, first function, I will define modes of the pin. Let's say. Uh, uh, Okay, so what are the arguments that we are going to provide this pin mode function? First one is a pin number, like which pin number you are going to make as an input or as an output. Okay, so let's say we are going to define mode of we are going to define mode of a pin 0. So I think you already know which one is pin 0. So this one is pin 0. Okay, this pin. Okay, I think you all can see the pin number also 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Can you see the pin number?
Yes, sir. No, sir. So can you show it on Tinkercad?
Okay, okay. Uh, okay. So this is my Arduino Uno board. So this one, these pin 0 to 13, these pins are digital pins. Okay, and A0 to A5, these pins are analog pins. Okay. So let's say we are using this 0 number pin. So what we will do, like first we have to define the mode of this pin. So I already defined the mode of this pin. Okay. So we are going to define the mode of this pin as a output. So we are going to use this pin as a output. Okay. So now after the defining of the pin mode, now we will make that pin high. So which function we are going to use? Digital write. Let's say first we should connect the LED to show you. Okay. So I will make this pin 0 as high. Okay. I think you all can see the arguments, which what arguments I am giving to this function. First one is pin number, and the another one is high or low, the state of that pin. So I will provide a delay also, like for 1000 milliseconds. Okay, 1000 milliseconds, that means 1 second. And then again I will make this pin low for 1 second. Okay, this is the basic building like simple program. So I think you can understand easily. So I will just compile to check that is there any error or not. So for compile, you have to click on this right button. Okay. So save this program. So okay, I think you all can see done compiling. Compilation is done. So there is no error. So we can copy this code. If you have hardware, then you can also upload a program from with the help of this button. Okay. So I'm just copying this code here. Okay. So I will run this code. So I think you all can see LED is blinking. I think you should respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you all know now. You all know that what is the function of these pins: pin mode, digital write, and digital read, and delay function. So should I proceed? Like I should give another example.
So give an example for digital read.
Okay, digital read. Okay. Okay. So let's say we will introduce a push button. Okay, and we are using this pin number 1 as an input. Okay, so first we have to define pin mode, like we are using this pin as a input. Okay, so we are going to write a particular code, but first I think I should introduce these statements also: if then else, for, or switch case. You guys are in second year, so I think you already know about this if else statement, for and switch case statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think now I can proceed. Okay. So what program I am going to write? See, just understand the logic. If I will push this button, if I will push this button, then this LED should blink. Okay, should turn on if I will push this button. So I'm going to connect. Okay, wait. So which pin we are going to read? Pin number one. Okay. So if that pin is we can say like if it is that pin reading high voltage. Okay. So this pin is a digital pin. So what should I write? Like zero or one or zero, like a value between 0 to 1. This is a digital pin. So we should write 1
One.
or high. So when we will press that pin, so uh, so this LED should blink. Okay. So turn on. Okay, let's see if this code will run. First, we will compile. So the problem is that this switch button connection is little bit different. Okay, Lalit.
Yeah, Harshit. I think you should connect it to terminal 1B.
Okay. Okay, and this one, this is fine.
Yeah, cross the in the cross one right there.
Is the value say
Sir, that should be covered by semicolon.
Which one?
Digital read.
Uh, no, no, no. These connections are little different. Okay, okay. Just change little code, just little.
Sir, should we have to give delay
Wait,
of 1 second?
delay for 1 second. Actually, I don't know about this switch. I have a physical switch. I will show in the end. Okay. Physically, I will show the demonstration of the digital read function. Is it okay? Like in the end of this workshop, I will show you the demonstration.
Okay, sir.
This same code with the same code. Okay. Okay. So I think I should proceed. Pin mode, you already know about the pin mode, and the digital read I will explain later. Mm, okay. So this is the basic syntax. Like we have to give argument first pin number and then the value. What should be the value? Okay. So like we are going to if you want to control that pin number 3, so you have to give here pin 3, like only 3, and then the value. Like if you are we are talking if you are going to make that digital pin high or low, then you have to type high or low, or you can give 0 or 1 also. Delay also you have delay. So this is the basic syntax if else statement. You already know. You are in second year, so I think you know what is the if else statement. And the for loop also I will explain with the help of this loop also how you can program your Arduino. And this is our switch statement. Okay. Okay. So first I will end this like slides, then I will show you a demonstration with a real Arduino code. So I will explain some basic sensors. So I will introduce some basic sensor. First one is a color sensor. So with the help of this sensor, you can detect that color of any object. Okay. And these sensors are very easy to interface with Arduino. If you are going to use Arduino IDE software, And the second one is gas alcohol smoke sensor. With the help of this sensor, you can detect like gas, alcohol, and smoke. Next one is temperature sensor. With the help of this sensor, you can detect the temperature, measure the temperature of the surroundings. And this one is the sound sensor. So you can easily detect the sound also with the help of the sensor. And the another one is a flame or fire sensor. Like this sensor, with the help of this sensor, you can detect that if there is fire or not. And this one is ultrasonic sensor. Like this, with the help of this sensor, you can detect the distance. You can measure the distance of the object. Okay, like how far the object is. So with the help of this module or sensor, you can detect, measure that distance. And this one is our humidity sensor. Like with the help of this sensor, you can measure humidity as well as the temperature. And the next one is infrared sensor. So like we will explain the overall functioning of the sensor also. Like in upcoming workshops, we will explain. So like with the help of this sensor, you easily can detect uh, a line like black or white line. Okay, that will depend on the logic, that what logic you are writing in your code. And this one is the LDR light sensor, light dependent resistor. So like if you are going to fall any light on this sensor, then basically the resistance between these two terminals will reduce when you will fall a light uh, on this sensor. Okay. So Govind sir, hello. Preeti ma'am,
हाँ हर्षित बोलो.
ma'am, I think you should proceed for like what you are going to announce for team. So,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So I got to know that majority of the students, they are having the query regarding how will be the participation for the events. Okay. So I'll just share my screen. Harshit, can you stop presenting? I'll present my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So you guys had the confusion of what will be the how if the events will be an individual event or will it be a team event. So I'll just clarify which all events will be for team and which all events are individual events. So first I'll inform you with the events which are individual. So we have quiz trip, then we have treasure hunt. So these events are basically individual events. Quiz trip, I think most of you would have attended the introductory session for Cognitia 2021. Quiz trip is a normal quiz competition, and treasure hunt is an online expedition for the students where they will be answering to the puzzles and the riddles. Then the events that are for that will be in team are Design Cave, TinkerBlink, and Techstorm, as well as Cogniton. For Design Cave, TinkerBlink, and Techstorm, the maximum these are team events. Also, these can be individual event. If the students want to participate in these events individually, it's open for them as well. But if the students they want to participate in like in teams, so for that what do we do is like the maximum team size that is possible is of 2 events. Since it's an online event and we cannot and the major task is of coding and designing, we are not we are not keeping a huge size of the team. So the size of the teams possible is of only of 2 students. So Design Cave, TinkerBlink, and Techstorm, these are individual as well as team events with the maximum size of the team is of 2 students. Coming to Cogniton, now this again is a team event as well as individual event. It's a hackathon. So the maximum team size that is possible here is of 4 students. I hope that's fine with you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
If
Preeti
you
also elaborate about treasure hunt. Some of them have queries regarding is it a dual event or
no, it's a individual event.
what will
Uh,
happen in
But
treasure hunt.
they have mentioned there will be participants up to in the.
Yeah, so like we will be released, like we had a conversation with the coordinator of this. So there has been a change of the plan. The point is, Techstrom, see, it will be a riddle based event, so we can, and I think majority of the students will be wanting it. So the possibility of having it in a team becomes bit difficult. So there's bit of change in the plan. So it will be an individual event. Talking about what will happen is this that you will be given a link. On the link, as soon as you press the link, it will open to a web page where a certain riddle puzzle will be given. These riddle puzzles will be might be related to mathematics, might be related to different stuffs, different possible. It might be an easy word riddle. So you have to, and there will be a time lapse given for a particular problem to solve. Like there will be like 5 to 6 riddles. Only if you solve a particular riddle in given time limit. Say suppose if we have 5 minutes for a particular riddle, so only if you answer the riddle in those 5 minutes, you will be driven to the next page. If in case any student fails to give the answer or does not give us the correct answer within the 5 minutes or within the given time limit, those teams will be disqualified and will not be taken further. Ultimately, the teams who will be solving all the riddles and leading to the last page will be declared as the winners depending on the time. So there we will be giving 3 prizes. The students who will be reaching to the end page, the top 3 students, will be awarded suitably with certificates and prize money.
Ma'am, Techstrom is individual.
No, Techstrom, Govind, as you said, it's an individual event as well as it will be team event where the maximum team size will be of 2 students.
You can part it as a take part in this as two members, and most probably you'll be getting the parts for this. And last time I think we have discussed about it. What it will be primarily that you will be getting some hardware parts, and you'll be getting a problem statement a day or two before Cognitia. And at that point of time, you'll be having the problem statement, and one of your team members will be having the hardware part. The problem statement would not be completely based on just you need to connect the hardware. There should be some logical aspects of that you need to think of, and you need to with if there you will be having two of the members, then you can discuss with them that how you can solve that particular problem statement, and then finally code for that particular statement. And one of the team member will be having those hardware parts, and they will connect it and make the whole system running with the code that we have written. Largely it would be something like this, and the judging parameters for this and the number of stages it can contain for judgment, it will be released. It is mostly like we have divided the problem statement into 5 parts. The first part would be the very easy, second part would be the easier one, and third one would be the medium one, and the fourth would be a harder probably, and likewise. So this is the way we have classified the problem. It would be mostly, you can cover all of them if you will attend these workshops thoroughly. If you will just do the basic stuffs according to like how we are going, how we have planned this whole workshop, like then you'll be easily able to crack these things. And Techstorm is a great event. Yeah, like there's a lot of prize money here. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, if anybody else has any doubt, they can just speak up or put it on the chat box.
And also for all these events, these team structure and these things will be released very soon.
Yeah, so if in case you're not able, okay, can you share? Yeah, so we will be sharing we will be releasing the official website of our Cognitia where all the details of the coordinators and the co-coordinators will be given. I think, Govind, if I'm not wrong, it will be released in this week, like coming week.
Tomorrow we are planning, just the data is not there, everything is done.
Okay, so probably in a day or two it will be there. So you can get the contact details of the coordinators and co-coordinators there on the website. Okay, yeah, anything else?
Disadvantages of a single participant. Maybe for you.
Yeah, please, Sangma, can you please specify like what exactly are you asking?
Okay,
sir.
this Sangma, can you tell
Hello,
us
ma'am.
why there is a single player in a chess team?
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I was asking, like, if I participate, like by myself, then do I get any disadvantage from the other groups participating in a team?
See, I personally don't think there will be any disadvantage. From our end, we are not giving any disadvantage as such. But then if you feel that you being a single participant, there will be more load onto you. So
Yeah.
you are open to have a participant with you. You can form a team of 2 students or 4 students for Cognithon.
Oh.
If you choose up to be a
Moreover,
single
like
participant, then yeah, Shubham.
yeah, like moreover, if you're stuck, then you can discuss among your teammates, like whoever your partner will be there.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you
That's
have
my
to
point,
short.
sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise you have to short it by yourself only. Like the
Yeah.
coordinators at the time will be very busy, right? So they might not help you. So a partner is necessary. Like you can discuss with them. Like code is there. So sometimes if we do mistake in the code, syntax error or something, like others can see the mistake, but if we see ourselves, then it is a bit hard to tackle that.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
are the points. If you wish, then you can go either of the way.
Yeah, if
You
you
can
think
look for
that
the
you will
partner. The
be
best
able,
part is the
yeah, if you think you can manage it all by yourself, then that's good and great. You can go alone. But then if you think that you need some assistance and some extra
Yeah.
support from other participant, then you can form a team. That option is also available
Okay.
to
Okay,
you.
ma'am. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I would prefer like you should form a team because there are very less events where we can form the team. So these are the events you should form the team. Load will
Oh,
be
okay, sir.
surely yeah, less.
Ma'am, when will we get the components?
Shubham?
See, Palak, like we haven't done our meeting with the director, sir. So for the components part, like it has the chances are